Hello there everybody, my name is XF Awkward and today I want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people have been asking me. A lot of my students have been coming to me and saying, oh man, I'm so scared that I'm going to do bad in my placements. I hope I get placed in a good rank. I hope I get good teams. I hope I go 10-0. That way I can get perfectly ranked into what I need to be. And on the flip side, there's a lot of people that are also freaking out saying, man, I'm just going to lose. I'm going to get crappy teammates and then we're just going to do terrible. I'm going to be stuck in bronze forever and there's no way I'm ever going to get out. A lot of people are worried that they're not going to get placed back into the ranks that they had in Season 3, and they're afraid to play their games because of that. I'm here to kind of tell you guys that you need to go ahead and drop that fear because it is extremely difficult right now to place back into where you believe you should be. This is not a bad thing, and let me tell you exactly why. Okay, first you need to understand exactly what the placements are and how they work. First off, at the end of Season 3, Riot performed a soft MMR reset, which basically takes the MMR, the matchmaking rating that you had at the end of the season, and it tries to put it a little bit closer to the average of the player base, which is somewhere in between, I think, Silver 3 and Silver 4. Okay? From that point on, they put 10 games in front of you that will adjust your MMR pretty drastically to where it believes you should be. It's very important to remember that your MMR and your ranking are not the same thing. Keep that in mind. At the end of your 10 placement games, it's going to put you into a division, whether that be Bronze 3 or whether that be Silver 2, you're going to be put somewhere. And for most people, it's not going to be what they're used to or expecting. This is because it intentionally places you a couple divisions, maybe many divisions below where your target MMR actually is. This is not a bad thing once again, and the reason being is because your MMR is still high even though your ranking is low. The placement games are very good at keeping you at the MMR that you should be used to playing against. Although you're in a lower ranking, you're still playing against the same kind of players that you should be used to. Now a lot of people think, wait a second, so if I'm playing against the same kind of people that I'm used to, but I'm playing at a lower level now, how am I supposed to get back to where I was? If I'm still winning 50% of my games and losing 50% of my games, how am I supposed to get back to where I was before? This is where MMR comes back in. Because your MMR is higher than your actual ranking is, every time you win, it's going to give you more LP for every win that you have than it does take away LP for every loss you have. Eventually, even if you win 50% of your games and lose 50% of your games, the LP that you gain is going to be more than the LP that you lose. It's going to outweigh, and you are going to climb and rise the ladder once again. On the flip side, if you consistently are losing games, the system's going to sort you out as well. Your MMR is going to drop until you start facing people that can't exploit every little mistake that you make, and you're eventually going to be playing against people at your skill level. The long and short of it is basically if you play long enough, you're going to get sorted out to where you need to be. Ranked is designed to work over time, not immediately. So don't fret too much, play through your games, and just have fun, alright? There's also a couple of misconceptions and questions that I want to tackle real quick before the end of this video. Well, wait a second, I saw some of the pro streamers didn't get placed into Diamond or Platinum. So if they're in gold or if they're in silver, how am I supposed to play against them? What am I supposed to do if I get matched up against them? People that are concerned about this don't really have a good understanding of how matchmaking games are set up. It does not choose from a set pool of people within a ranking, but once again goes right back to that MMR. So because a pro player or a high elo streamer MMR is much higher than most of us, just because they may be in gold or silver or bronze for whatever reason, does not mean that you're going to be matched up against them. Unless your MMR is very similar to theirs, you're not going to be playing against them and you shouldn't have to worry about that. If you lose your first couple of placement games pretty badly and you're getting shreked by the other team, try not to freak out too much. Your MMR is going to adjust appropriately and it's going to put you against people that you should be playing against, and it's not going to consistently match you against better players every time. Another question I've been getting a lot lately is, when should I do my placement games? Do I want to do them right away while everyone's trying to do it and maybe get good teammates, or should I try to wait for it to thin out? That way I can make sure that everybody's not terrible. My response to that kind of question is that there's not necessarily a best time to do your placements, and giving yourself anxiety and stressing out over the outcomes of these games is only going to hurt your performance and make sure that you don't play as well as you used to. The system is set in place is not designed to swing people drastically from rank to rank like some people believe it is, but rather it's an accurate depiction of how a player does over time. So to make sure that the system's working, you just have to play over time and let it set its course. All right. Losing your first 10 placement games means absolutely nothing if over 100 games it sets you exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay. So try not to worry too much about it. All right, guys? Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and hopefully it's answered some of the questions that you may have about the ranking situation. If you still have some questions you'd like answered, go ahead and feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Lastly, for those interested, I do run a stream where I try to help coach people into playing better and looking at their mistakes, etc., as well as talking about my own gameplay. If you're interested, please check the link below, twitch.tv/xfawkward. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you guys have a great day.